Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me this week for this week's spread. I did a lot of thinking for this week. My original idea was to do a piñata theme because on Sunday the 18th it is Piñata Day, and I was thinking that that's going to be really fun and cute, and there's going to be a lot of colors that I can use. But I think piñatas may be a little too hard for me to draw. I thought I had piñata stickers, but it turns out I don't. The stickers I was thinking of were actually for a fiesta theme, so I'm going to save those for Cinco de Mayo. So then I also looked at Tuesday the 13th, which is Scrabble Day, and I was thinking of maybe putting some tiles and maybe a fun little quote, but then I kind of got discouraged. I couldn't really find anything fun and witty to say. I also looked at the Mustang Day. Where is that? Sometime this week. Oh, there we go. International Ford Mustang Day. And I was thinking of maybe like doing a car on the side and I don't know, something else. But everything I was thinking of kind of turned out to be a little more difficult planning wise than I imagined. So the last idea that I think that I will stick with is for Friday the 16th. It's the day of the mushroom, so that's why you see mushroom on my little notes here. And so this is what I am going to stick with. I went to Google and I looked at mushroom coloring pages. And this is what I came up with. So this is going to be my inspiration. I've got it sitting right in front of me so that I can look up and kind of copy that design down. And let's see how it goes. Okay, so I got my mushrooms kind of laid out, and I'm not really feeling too inspired about coloring them in, mostly because I don't have a whole lot of colors to work with. I mean, I have my markers and I have some of my favorite gel pens, but I feel like the only two I would be using is probably brown and maybe like this greenish color. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave them black and white, and maybe one of them or some of them I'll outline in this brown marker, but I don't think I'm gonna color them in. I'll keep these on my side though, just in case I do decide to use them. So let's see how this is going to turn out. Okay, so this ended up being slightly different than what I anticipated. But you know what? I'm actually kind of happy with this. Like, now that I look at it, it kind of makes me smile. So I'm thinking maybe I will do a little bit of coloring in on some of these, just because right here I messed up and I went over the line a couple of times. So I'm thinking maybe just a couple of them I'll fill in a little bit more, but not everything. So these are the colors I ended up using. So this one, yeah. And the orange actually is not as bright as it seems, so I'm kind of happy with that. Here it is. For some reason, I always have some little marks on my papers. Drives me crazy. Oh well. So one thing I'm concerned about now is erasing the pencil marks and seeing if that's gonna work out or not. But I'm gonna leave this alone for a couple of minutes just so it, like, you know, absorbs the marker so I don't completely mess it up. Since I've done that before, I tried to erase the pencil mark too early and it kind of smeared everything. And of course I wasn't happy about that. I'm also thinking of using some washi tape here. Let's see. This one looks kind of fun. I like that one. Got a whole lot of black going on. Oh, how about a brown? I know I used this one, I think, in my last week's spread. Does that go together? A little bit, kind of. Okay, we'll make it work. That one is kind of purplish, so I'm not gonna use that. Got a whole lot of black now. I went to Daiso and I got these really cool 10 packs. There's a little bit of a pattern. You can't really see it too much, but that's okay. I also found at Daiso these really cool little boxes that are meant for washi tape. I do wish they had like a little bar in the middle so that the washi tape doesn't roll everywhere, but that's all right. So these are my other options, and those are a little too flowery for me. Kind of like that one with the stripes. But I don't really have any blue, and actually I think this is a little more purple. A little more purple. Sorry guys, forgive my nails. I haven't done my nails in a couple of weeks, so you've seen the same manicure in the last few videos. What about this one? It's a little grayish. We'll go with that. We also have this dark brown. All right, let's see what I can do with those washi tapes. Before I lay the washi down though, I do want to make my lines. I don't know if I'm going to make boxes going across. I think maybe I'll just go ahead and do that with the washi, but I do want to draw in my lines. And now figuring out which color I want to do that. I know I've used a lot of gray in the past, or a lot of brown in the past. I picked up a gray pen. So I think I want to actually go with gray, and then I'm gonna bring in these two washies. So that will all kind of match. All right, here we go. Okay, so I know you guys are probably wondering why the heck I was using a eraser at the end of my pencil. And that's because I have no idea where my good eraser is, so I had to work with what I got. So now that I erased most of the pencil marks, and I still have to go back through, once I find my good eraser. But now I can see where I didn't fill some of these in, like the little gills on this mushroom. I didn't fill it on some of the other ones. So I can go back through and fill those in. And I'm also thinking I'll do something on like some of these bigger mushrooms too, just to give it a little bit more color. How about if we do this and color the top of it? Is that going to be too much? I think that's kind of cute. Okay, how about we do that? I'll color the tops of these because the tops of these are really small. You can't really see too much of it. And it just gives it a little bit more of color on this page. And I know the colors are pretty muted here. So that's okay. I think I want to do the same with the orange ones too. I forgot what the name of those mushrooms is, but I get them marinated in like a cute little, jar, and oh my gosh, they are so good. That's like a big Russian thing. We like all of our stuff marinated or pickled, and mushrooms are my favorite. This page actually kind of reminds me of like a Russian mushroom salad, or like one of those marinated mushroom jars, because there's usually a big variety of different things in there. And this almost kind of looks like the different mushrooms in there. Like these might be a little too big for what I'm talking about, but kind of cute, huh? Okay, I have no idea how to draw the gills on this. I need to see the picture. They kind of went like this. Okay, that gives a little something. And then this one actually should have a little bit more lines to it. So I am like not good at drawing whatsoever. I did not inherit my parents' artist genes, but I'm trying. I don't know why these lines are like kind of complicated for me. I know lines shouldn't be complicated, right? Is it just me? Give it a little bit more of an outline, because there's a couple of spaces where like when the pen stops and I pick it up again. And that's something I've been watching on like YouTube when people do drawings. They say, once you put your pen down, you shouldn't pick it up until the line is complete. But that's like kind of difficult. Like I really gotta concentrate to make sure I don't do that. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with this too much more, because then I feel like I'm probably gonna mess it all up, and I definitely don't want to do that. I do want to make some of these stalks a little bit thicker so it looks, like the mushroom isn't going to fall. I almost want to color some of these small brown mushrooms in. Almost. I don't know. Maybe just make them a little bit thicker and just leave it at that. Well, now that I ended up coloring some of the brown ones in, thinking I should color some of the little stubby gray ones in, but then they kind of all blend into each other. So, like, since the stem is so fat, what if I leave it white? Or I'll just do that. Is that weird? Might be a little strange, huh? Oh well, it gives it just a little bit of color. There we go. I don't think that looks too bad. Still leaving some of the white in there. That one looks a little strange. Yeah, since these overlap, I don't want to color them in fully because then they're just gonna all blend right into one another and that's gonna not look good. All right, how about that? Am I happy with this? I think I am. I kind of almost feel like I should color those two in also. I'm gonna do that. And these markers are not the greatest, but it's what I have. And I have a whole bunch of colors, so my mom got me these, and I think she found them at Ross. So they were like really inexpensive, and since I'm, you know, not an artist, I don't really need anything that's super fancy or super expensive, and these work out pretty well. Except sometimes when you do coloring in like this, like you can see there's the little overlap lines, which I guess could potentially start to bother me, but you know what? This is only a weekly spread. So after a week, I move on to the next page and I don't have to look at this anymore. Although I do look back on all of my spreads, like I don't take any of these out of my planner or anything. A lot of people say that they only keep like 3 months at a time in their planners. And I'm like, why do people do that? I like going back and looking at, you know, when I did what and what happened and all of that. So, all right, let's go in with the washi tape. I have no idea how to do this actually, now that I'm looking at it. So maybe I don't need a new washi. I don't know. I have such a hard time with washi sometimes. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't think this one really fits in anymore. Let's see what my other two options were. Brown and tan. How about these two? These two go together? Kind of, maybe, a little bit. Okay, let's give it a try. I think I'm just gonna do a couple of lines, like, no, maybe not. I don't know, guys, I have such a hard time using washi tape. I don't know why. Okay, I'm just gonna put it down. We'll do, okay, so I know we teach on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'm gonna do one of these going across those days. And that way I can write in, you know, who's teaching and who's backup. So Tuesday, I'm backup, and then Wednesday and Thursday, I'm the instructor. And when I'm the instructor, I mean, that kind of takes the entire day. So we teach for 10 hours. And I don't really have anything else that I do on the days that I teach. On the days that I don't teach, there's plenty for me to do. We also do like lesson plans, and I do new PowerPoints for the classes, or I update the PowerPoints. And I also now am starting to help with the licensing applications. So those of you that have no idea what the heck it is that I do, I teach how to open up and run an assisted living facility. So that's what I do. And that is my full-time job. But now, due to COVID, since we've been able to teach online a lot, I get to do a lot of work kind of on my own time, like updating the lesson plans or PowerPoints and whatnot, and doing the licensing applications. I kind of do that, whenever, and I have figured out that I really work best at night. So like yesterday, I was doing a licensing application for a 6-bed facility, and I started it in the morning, but I tend to get distracted with other things. Like my neighbor came over and she needed to talk about something for our HOA, and when I finally sat down to like really get into it, I think I was working on it from probably about 8 until like midnight or so. And I really got a lot done because there's not a whole lot of distractions, later on in the day. Okay, so Friday and Saturday and Sunday, what do I want to do there? Maybe I don't really have anything planned for Saturday and Sunday other than my usual. Washi tape, why are you so difficult to use? I need a lesson in washi tape. I am gonna try and look up some YouTube videos on like washi tape placement, because people do some really, really cute things with it, and I just feel like I can't. Like when it comes to washi, I am not good with this stuff, and I really wish I had an X-Acto knife right now, which I do, just I don't have it with me. All right, you know what? Before I mess this up anymore, I think I really do want to add this. I know, right as I say before I mess it up anymore, I'm adding another washi tape on. But I've seen a lot of people doing like layering, and I've done it in a couple of my spreads in the past, where you put like one washi on top of the other and do like a little layered effect. So let's try that here. Isn't that kind of weird? I think that's kind of weird, but that's okay. This is my beginner's journey to decorative planning, so this is all new to me. I think I just gotta like try stuff, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, then I know for next time that it didn't work. Is it weird to put that on the bottom? Maybe? I don't know. But that's what I'm gonna do. How about this one on top? Would that be weird? One on the bottom, one on the top, probably. All right, so I'm gonna put this one on the bottom too, but then it's like pretty matchy-matchy, but that's all right. Okay, so now before I mess this up anymore, I am going to stop here. Overall, I am pretty happy with this spread. I like that all the decoration is pretty much on the bottom and there's not a whole lot on top, so I can do plenty of writing here. So there we go. This is it, you guys. Of course, all of the design is right down here. And ta-da! Happy National Mushroom Day! Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.